Okay, I'm here to do my vinyl videos again. I've done the whole A to Z already. I'm going to go for my singles today. I've got some 7 inches singles, so I'm going to go through them. Got a little mixture of stuff. Agonia, I think they were a Spanish death metal band. Don't quote me on it. Let's have a look what it says on the back. Italy, so maybe they're Italian. The label is from Italy anyway, so maybe they're an Italian band. It's been a long time since I listened to any of these vinyls, to be honest. But yeah, they're still cool to have. Inverted, and I think these were Swedish. I think they had a couple of albums out. I'm sure I've got a couple of albums by them. Yeah, Swedish band. Bit of a mess the back of that. It's quite sort of stuffed in with a load of other singles. I'm not sure if it's bled through the colour or something, but it looks a little bit scrappy on the back there. Right, Inverted. Yeah, they were quite a cool band. I think they had about 3 or 4 albums. I can't even remember now. I'm sure I've got them. Revocation of the Beast, was that one of their tracks? I seem to recall. Alright, Sinister, of course, another cool band, Swedish band. Must be in one of their early releases. Oh, it's a split. Monastery on the back. Well, not on the back, but yeah, Monastery one side, Sinister on the other side. Let's see if I can see what the track is. Sinister, Monastery was Suspicion of Destiny and False Prediction. And Perpetual Damnation and Putrefying Remains was the Sinister side, side A. Right. Then we got, I'm not even sure what that says. Gorgon. No, this is Gorgon. Now there was a French black metal band called Gorgon, but I don't think this is them. Let's have a look. It could be. Let's have a... No, I can't really make out. There's nothing. No clues on the back there where it came from. It could be the French black metal band. A track for Elizabeth Bathory. Right, Brutality, US death metal band, very cool, very good band. About 5 albums did they have in the end. Sadistic and Spawned Illusions, a Nuclear Blast one from 92, this single. Let's move that out of the way. Nocturne, Shades of Insanity, cool art on that one. It's so long ago I don't remember. Old World Records. Nocturne from the Netherlands, Eibergen in the Netherlands, NL. Okay, this next one, if you've got a weak stomach, watch out. It's Fermento, Only the Flesh. Some blokes decided to top himself with a shotgun by the looks of it in that one. Thou Art Lord, Diabolou Arceus Legones, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's something to do with legions, I'm sure. The Era of Satan Rising. The disciples of the Great Dragon are Gothmog, Necro Mayhem, Morbid, and Lord Daemon. So that's Thou Art Lord. Are they Greek, perhaps? I'm not too sure, Thou Art Lord. Don't think I ever had any albums in it. I'm sure they had some albums though. But in this band, they were quite lauded, I thought. Fluidity, a lot of people liked them. They're that avant-garde kind of blackish style. I got the album, I actually sold it on eBay. Didn't think much of it, to be honest. But as I say, I've not listened to any of these singles for ages. I did have them all burnt onto MP3s at one point, and then my bloody hard drive got crashed and I lost them all again. Right, Ceremony, I think these were a doom death band. Inclemency, Ceremony. Oopsie daisy, dropped it on the table. I had no clues on the back as to where they're from. Ceremony. Not gonna bother. Right, these guys I think are Italian. Catacomb, The Return of the Ark. I think these are doom death as well. It's got a bit worn there at the top, I just noticed. Right, this next one, I know this is my mate's band. I'll put the gigs on for these guys. Crawl Space, they were from Grimsby kind of area of Humberside, is it? North Humberside or something like that? Up northish, anyway. Near Grimsby. I'm not sure what county it is though. Number 63 of 1,000 I've got here. There's my mate Steve Top. Still chat to him every now and again on Facebook. He's a cool geezer. Right, Angel Death. Pretty cool art again. No clues on the back there, and I can't remember where they're from at all. Hideous Mangalus is his next band. Good name anyway. Hideous Mangalus. We Live. A bit of Nosferatu there. You Sleep. It says thrash on the back. I don't think they're thrash though. I've got the feeling they're a bit grindy actually. Kind of deaf grindy. Right, not much to see on this single, pretty boring, but this is Skyclad, this one. I can't even remember what the single is. Let's have a quick check inside. Skyclad, Brother Beneath the Skin and The Widdershins Jig. So those were tracks off the first album, weren't they? I think The Widdershins Jig. Possibly the second though, I think it was the first. But I can't, and again it's another one, I can't see what that is supposed to say. Kadern? Kadaf. It's Kadaf, isn't it? Yeah. As in the dreams of unknown Kadaf. As in, you know, H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, I do remember the name Kadaf as a band as well, actually. Disturbance in My Nocturnal Domain is the name of the single, by the looks of it. I think they were... Oh, that's a split. I remember this. Evoke, UK death metal band on one side. Kadaf on the other side, yeah. I recall that. Evoke were a cool band back in the day. I think I put a gig on for them as well. I think they come and played for us a couple of times in the venue I was putting on. Right, this band called Disgrace from the USA, I believe. The label's from the USA. And the band were from Finland. So it's split. It's Disgrace on... No, it's not split. It's just one band, Disgrace. I thought it was a different band for a second. Right, so this band, a Disgrace. Very discharged looking logo. But that's Disgrace. Right, it's another UK band, this one. Burial. Effigy. I'm assuming this is the UK band. There may have been other bands with the same name elsewhere. Because the label's from the Netherlands. There's two labels on there. Distribution from the Netherlands. Infest Records, Kieran Tui. He's from... I knew he was in the band. I thought it was just one of his bands. I knew someone from this band. What's the Unsilence is his band now. This is his death metal band before we went on to Unsilence. Of about 5 albums of really good melodic doom metal. Rise Above and Machetazo. So that's a couple of grindy death ones, isn't it? Machetazo are really cool. Lucio Fulci, I like this band, Machetazo. I think they all sing in Spanish, but they're really good, buzzing, kind of grindy death metal stuff. Suicide Fuck! That's one of their covers that they did. Right, Warsaw. Is this a split as well? Yeah, Gore Beyond Necropsy. That's it. Warsaw and Gore Beyond Necropsy. Can't even say it now. Gore Beyond Necropsy and Warsaw. That's another pair of grinding... death noisy kind of stuff. Like Pax Mortis, A World of Thieves. My Belief remix on the front side, A World of Thieves, A Vision from the Past on the B side. Can't remember what they were like. Death thrash maybe? Maybe a bit doom, I'm not too sure. Right. Nocturnal, and this is dating itself a bit. It's Anti-Grunge is the name of this. Nocturnal. Anti-Grunge. From New Jersey, Columbus, New Jersey. This is from '94. Engineered by Don the Hammer Sternecker. Rage Records. Right, Horrified. Up next, these are a cool band. I like these. They had an album which was quite good. Something like The Garden of Unearthly Delights or something like that. I think it was called. Way back in the day. Were they Greek, are they, perhaps? They were Doom Death anyway, I think they're Greek. Looking at the names, Stelios, Phanos, Stavros. I'm guessing there's some Greek heritage going on there. Right, Ceremonium. I think that's Ceremonium. I could be reading it wrong. Let's have a look. Any other clues on the back? Yeah, it's definitely Ceremonium. I can read death metal logos as good as the next guy. Right, Enthrallment. I think these were Italian Doom Death. This is a pretty cool single from what I recall. I think I quite liked it at the time. Thy Kingdom Fall Beyond the Holy Grounds. Italian, I believe. Cryptic Soul Records. Enthrallment. Right. I think this is Reflection. Bit of a weird name. It's a really badly bit of blood on that axe, isn't it? Sire of the Storm. Can't say it rings any bells. When Immortals Die on the A side, Fire on the B side. Macedonia is Greek, it says on the back. So they're a Greek band. Talking about Macedonia. Is that a political statement? Is Macedonia another part near Greece that they claim as their own? Or Severance, I believe that is. Abysmal Ascent. Severance, I believe. Yeah, Severance from Texas. This single is from '92, recorded at Sunrise Studios sometime before summer '92. In Extremis, I think those are another UK band. Lies of Memory, certainly rings a bell. The name. No clues on the back to where they're from, but I think this were a UK band. In Extremis. Right, this next band definitely were a UK band. Reprobate. I remember these guys. La Carcerie, The Prisons of Invention. These were quite a good band. This is quite a good single actually, from what I recall. Yeah, I think I'll settle with that way up. Logos all off to a little skew if there. East Yorkshire, the label. Yeah, I think they had a demo tape as well. I don't think they ever got as far as an album. Right, Hibernoid, another UK, kind of like a, I don't know, industrially maybe band, industrial doom death maybe. They were, I think I've seen them live once at the Devil's Church. They were on Displeased Records at the time. Hibernoid. Right, Celestial Season. I think these guys are Dutch. I believe they're a Dutch kind of doom death band, Celestial Season. I think they had quite a few albums there in the end. I think they had about good handful of albums anyway. Nyctophobic. These guys had a couple of grindy death albums, I'm sure. Right, the label is German. I think there's a German band, Nyctophobic, because there's German addresses there, so yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's the same Nyctophobic that had a couple of albums there. I think did they have a split with Rotten Sound or something? I seem to recall them. It may be on the same label as Rotten Sound. It could just be another band with a similar name, but yeah, Nyctophobic. I just don't remember the name. Is this Rotrevor? Rotrevor, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Rotrevor. Relapse Records. Unbeknownst, Crew Dominion, Seized by Failure and Intimidation are the tracks on this single. Rotrevor. Right, these guys, a stoner doom band from Wales, Acrimony. My fanzine that I did for a few years, Kentucky Fried Afterbirth, the very first issue, we did it alphabetically, and the first band we interviewed was Acrimony. But they were a cool band. They were really good live. You'd get nice and pissed, and you'd have a good fucking groove to Acrimony. Great band. I think I first came across them when they did a split. No, actually, no, it wasn't that. I bought a split that they did with Church of Misery because I knew Acrimony, and I fell in love with Church of Misery as well. You know, Acrimony are fucking good. Church of Misery are fucking awesome. And I suppose it's thanks to their split that they had with them that I learnt about Church of Misery way back. Funeral Nation. Is that a dead moth in the cover there? I'm just going to get rid of that dead moth that seems to have fallen into the cover of the single. Be with you in a minute. I had a bit of a moth infestation in my upstairs room where these tended to be kept. So, yeah, annoying. Right, one dead moth has flown off to Moth Valhalla. Right. Funeral Nation. I think I got the feeling these were a UK band. Metal Merchants. I'm not sure though. No, maybe not. I'm probably mistaken. Right, Morose. These guys are a grind band. Yeah, and it's a split on the back. Narcosis. These are a death metal band, I believe. Unless it's a different Narcosis. I think both these bands played at my venue that I put on. Death Steel Records. I'm sure one of the guys, that was their label, Death Steel Records. It's a very, very thick piece of plastic, this one. Very thick. Narcosis. Is this the Narcosis? Oh, I can't remember. There was a band, I think they were called Narcosis, and when they came down to our venue, it could have been Flesh Feast, actually. Now, I could be thinking of Flesh Feast. I could be, maybe Narcosis. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's the English Narcosis. It doesn't matter anyway. It's hardly important. Anyway, that band Morose, they were good mates, I think, with this band, Vehemence. And so I played with them guys a couple of times. I think I put them on gigs a couple of times as well. And this is a split of Total Fucking Destruction. Both kind of grindy stuff, you know. This is Death Steel Records as well, on the same label as that other one, Death Steel Records. I think they might have sent me these when I was doing my fanzines, and I reviewed them both for my fanzine actually. Right, now there's a couple of bands called Dead. I think I've got singles by 2 different bands called Dead. Right, this is Dead, off of Gore Records. I think they had a female singer. This was a really weird one because I couldn't work out what fucking speed to play it on, if I recall, because it sounded weird at either speed. I'm sure, I think it might be this one. I played it at 1 speed, it was like, well, this doesn't sound right. No, it says 33 on there. So yeah, maybe it wasn't this one. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. They just say 33, so I'm assuming it's a 33. But it was a really not the greatest sound, I don't think. Alright, Awakening. Look like they're from the Netherlands, possibly, yeah, from the Netherlands. Awakening. Can't say I recall them at all. Right, a bit of Swedish death metal awesomeness here. This must be before they brought out, they had about 4 albums, didn't they? Vomitory. These guys actually played for me at my club as well that I was putting on in Walthamstow. We got Vomitory come down, played with Deranged. That was probably my favourite fucking gig ever that I ever put on. Deranged and Vomitory, 2 great Swedish death metal bands that, you know, really love them. Right, this was a cool band, Monolith. The drummer from this band went on to Cradle of Filth. What's his name? Nick Barker. So I think this is Nick Barker's first band. This was on Cacophonous Records. It's numbered vinyl, but there's no number on mine. I might put 1 on there and see if I can flog it for more. I wonder if it's worth anything because of the fact that, the Cradle of Filth connection. Right, here's another one of those sick covers. Another hard name to work out. Asystol? Asystol. Yeah, I'm going with Asystol. Or maybe Asystole. Is that actually a real person whose face has been blown off there? Higher form of hatred, because that's if that is, yeah, then that's nasty. Asystol from the USA. The label's from the USA anyway. I assume the band were as well. Can't say I ever heard any more about them. Right, next up we have Thy Abhorrent, Death Rides at Dawn. This is on another USA label, Seraphic Decay Records. Was that the same as that? Asystol. Yeah, Seraphic Decay Records as well. Now, a lot of those singles I bought off a bloke from the UK. I think his name was Wazza, something like that. And it's really weird because I first got hold of him. I was doing tape trade and stuff like that, and somebody sent me some money that I meant to send to him, something like that. And so I sent it to them. Hey, mate, this is because I think they'd written his address or something. And they actually sent it to the wrong address instead of writing it back to his address or something like that, because he just happened to mention my address in his letter to them. And so I sent him his money, £3 or whatever it was, and he said, "Oh, cheers, mate." And he goes, "Oh, I do, I've got some vinyl I'm looking to flog. Are you interested in buying vinyl?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, yeah." So I ended up buying most of these singles from him rather than from bands themselves. Right, so that last one was Anarchus, I believe. Final Fall of the Gods. Hey, it doesn't matter how I got hold of them. The fact I've got them is all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah, Anarchus. That's a nice, interesting with the stars, yellow stars on the back there. Recorded in Mexico City, mixed in Tampa, Florida. Morris Sound Studios by Scott Burns. This might need another listen then, really. Womb Bath, Several Shapes. Infest Records, Thrash Records, Womb Bath from Sweden. It's probably a classic old school death metal, I should reckon. Like these guys, right, yeah, split Grief, a couple of doom metal bands. Grief on one side and 13 on the other side. I think 13 were an all-woman band. I think they were. I've played it in my podcast before. Right, nice pink vinyl. That's some classy pink vinyl there. That's got to be worth a few bob. Come on, people. Who wants to give me £300 for this single? Right. Disharmonic Orchestra. Successive Substitution. Were they Swedish as well? Kind of get that was a Nuclear Blast. I kind of get the feeling they were Swedish. Disharmonic Orchestra. Right, these guys from the UK. Incarcerated. Unnatural Disorder. Quite a good package there. Quite a pro-looking single. Right, Evoke. I showed you Evoke split earlier on that they did with whoever the bloody hell it was. I can't remember now. Don't expect me to remember things. But this is another single of theirs, Evoke. They got signed eventually. Can't remember who they got signed to now, but I think they did one album with them, and that's it. I think they split up after that. But it was around for quite a while. These guys I put a couple of gigs on for as well. Well, I actually drove all the way up to Birmingham, mate, once after work with my mate to go and see Evoke supporting Crabophore. When we got there, the fucking gig was off. Drove for about 2 hours straight after work. Right, this is not even vinyl. This is a flexi disc. My Dying Bride, Unreleased Bitterness. So this is a totally rare and never before heard version of this epic masterpiece, comprising of an overall different and punishingly doom-laden song structure, dropped in favour of their vastly superior version on the band's debut LP CD. This version was taken from a relatively rare and unheard rehearsal tape dated 27th of the 4th, 1991. So there you go. First, I got 1,109 of 1,150, so I haven't got a particularly low number on it. But yeah, it's probably quite of interest to people if you're a massive My Dying Bride fan. It's literally just a bit of acetate, I think. I'm not even sure if it's got two sides to it or just one. Let's have a quick looky. Let's have a quick looky, butchers. A quick looky, butchers. Right, you've got a little thing there, and it is just one-sided. One-sided flexi thing, Unbridled Voyage. That's really crazy, that, isn't it? It looks like an official kind of release of some sort. Anyway, it's surprising. It's weird what you get. That's, yeah. I can't imagine anyone would want to spend big money on it. My Dying Bride kind of fizzled out a bit, haven't they, in their popularity? I think, anyway. It's because they stopped being proper doom deaf and went a bit timid, if you from what I can recall. They used to be blisteringly good back in the day. Right, Carpathian Full Moon. If they're not black metal, I'll eat your hat. Not my hat, because I like my hat. But I'll eat your hat, if you just want to send it to me. I think they are black metal anyway. Norwegian, on Adipocere Records, French label. Don't hear much about them anymore. I'm not sure if they're still going. But then I don't buy so much stuff anymore, so maybe they are going, but I just don't hear about it because I don't buy it. Right, Bathim. Yeah. Not the greatest of cover art. Vomitorition. Flesh Eater Musicians on Their Last Supper is the name of that one. It looks like they're eating entrails and rotting vegetables. Flesh Eater Mushrooms from Outer Space. That's a cool song. It's a cool title anyway. Vomitorition from Finland. Right, now I said there are two bands called Dead, didn't I? This is another band called Dead. Right, anyone from Facebook Taste, please? Close your eyes now. Anyone of a timid disposition, look away now, for there is depictions of sexual acts and male reproductive organs in this picture. Okay, there we go. Dead. Slaves to abysmal perversity. Yes, that is interesting. Tracks: delicious taste of vaginal excrements, thrusted to the limit of delights, slave to abysmal perversity, and gathering for lust are the name of the songs. I think this is the German, yes, this is the German Dead. What was that other Dead from? Did I find out where that other Dead was from? Was earlier on? I don't know. I won't turn it back around again. Don't report me to the Facebook police, whatever you do. I mean YouTube police. Right, Pentagram. Also a bit of doom. Relentless on one side, Day of Reckoning on the other. This 7-inch is the first in an exclusive Collectors Club series, limited to members only. Tell your friends. I got a feeling I got given this at a gig, like going into a gig, they were giving it away. I can't remember how I got hold of it now, or even how it came with an album. I really don't remember. I certainly wasn't a member of any Collectors Club. Right, this band, Pyogenesis, they were a really cool doom death band to start off with. They toned down a little bit, but managed to keep it cool for, I think, their second album. And then, by the time their third album came along, they turned into a freaking pop band, and they were absolutely shit. One of those bands who was so good, like, to start off with, so, you know, so much into in my ballpark of what I liked, and then they went completely away from it. Curse you, Pyogenesis. Right. Psychic Porn, a death metal band. I think there was an American death metal band. These are really actually cool. I can't remember if I had an album by them or not. I got number 3 of 1,000. That's quite a good number, isn't it? That's pretty good going. seeing I wasn't in the band. You'd think I was in the band with number 3 of 1,000, wouldn't you? Right, Doomed are up next. You're all doomed! Doomed, I tell you! Doomed! Right, this is Peaceful. This is another one of that Collectors Club. I get a feeling I got these, that and the other one together, actually, the Pentagram one. Around about the same time, I'm sure. But I think this is quite a good little single, actually, from what I recall of it. It's got some decent tracks on there. Right, this next one is one of my favourite singles, actually. This is a really good band, this one. Cerecloth, Encrusted in an Oaken Legend. They were kind of like a folky death thrash. And yeah, they didn't last very long. I think they had a demo tape, which I managed to pick up. Not an original tape, but just the songs off it, basically. They had a flute player, Lisa Heselton on flute. But yeah, interesting thanks list. Bob Marley, Jeff Rotal, Chris de Burgh. Yeah, they don't sound like all those bands, but yeah, they were really cool. Really, I mean, a bit rough and ready in the production, but just something about it really got under my skin. Really enjoyed that. Cerecloth, I could listen to that all day long. Right, now another awesome band, my favourite death metal bands of all time, Nocturnus. But this is in the time that they kicked out the founding member, Browning. What's his name? Mike Browning. I think they kicked him out by then. The original drummer singer. But it's really weird. I don't know why the rest of the band kicked out the original member. I'm not too sure what the cause of that was. Green Vinyl. Nice. Sick, bruv. Sick. This is a really good single, actually. So really, even though it hasn't got the original guy, as I said, this is a very, very good single. Mummified and Possessed the Priest. Two really, really cool death metal, technical-ish death metal tracks, but not overly technical. They're catchy as fuck as well. Is it going the other way around? Yeah, you could probably listen to this on YouTube if you've not heard it before. I would advise you to go and give it a listen afterwards. Oh no, I can't get it back in. There's a bloody well little sheet inside. The little sheet with the lyrics from Possess the Priest on one side, Mummified on the other side. Coming very soon on Moribund Records, Belial and the Meat Shits. Moribund Records. I wonder if they're still going. They were quite an underground one in the day, weren't they? Look, there's a sale list here. It's a little tiny little distro list of what they had available. Exit 13, Impetigo, Master's Hammer. Coming soon on Moribund Records. This is old school. This is hand bloody typed list of what they got available. That's quality. That was back in the old days, mate. Back in the old days. You young uns don't know where you're missing. You don't know you've been born, mate. I'm telling you. Back in them days, we had to write to bands. We had to write to bloody labels and buy crap. We couldn't just download it straight onto our Spotty camp. Our Bandify and our Spotty camp. Oh yeah, I'm talking crap, but yeah, you know what I mean. Right, Swedish doom band, heavy metal doom band, Memory Garden. Got a couple of albums, they're quite cool. I've played them a few times on my show. Theodicy, this band Theodicy, this single is pretty cool. I think they had a couple of demos, but my band, Suffering, first gig we ever did was supporting these guys, Theodicy and another band called Cenobite. So it was, Theodicy, Cenobite and Suffering on that bill. Yeah, Theodicy were pretty cool. But here's a charity record, this one, Smoke on the Water cover by Rock Aid Armenia. I think they'd had an earthquake and a load of like metal luminaries got together to, record this. It's got Paranoid 1970 on the B-side. And then it's got Richie Blackmore, Dave Gilmour, Tony Iommi, Alex Lifeson from Rush, Brian May of Queen, Bryan Adams, Bruce Dickinson, Ian Gillan, Paul Rogers. Don't know who he is particularly. Just here, The Law and Ex Bad Company. Yeah, just a few well-known people in rock did a cover of Smoke in the Water for this charity. Right, Anthrax, Make Me Laugh. Back in the day, they were pretty cool. The first 4-5 albums, awesome by Anthrax. And then they got rid of Joey Belladonna. Right, this one's a bit of probably not fitting with the rest of the tracks, so the rest of the singles on here. But the Georgia Satellites is a rock band, and this was in the charts. I really liked it. The original song, Hippie Hippie Shake, was a 60s song that my mum really loved. And this is a cover of it anyway. So, get a bit teared up. Right, yeah, Hippie Hippie Shake, we actually played at her funeral. But not that version. The original version. Right. Motorhead, Death Forever. Right. We've got a weird little one in plastic here. Dark Records. I have to take out the little paper to see who it is. Oh, I know it. I looked at this earlier on. I forgot who it was earlier on, and I looked at it. It's Decade. They're a Portuguese black metal band. I interviewed these guys a couple of times in my fanzine. I think I got a couple of CDs, demos by them. J.A. was the guy from this band. Real cool fella. So I interviewed him a couple of times. He's a bit of a Satanist, but, you know, nothing to be held against him. You know, some people are Christians, some are Satanists, some are atheists. I'm an atheist. I get on with Christians. I get on with Satanists, if, you know, as long as they're not arseholes. Same with Christians. I get on with Christians as long as they're not arseholes. Right, then this next series is really cool. I really like this. It's just funny. I've got a T-shirt of this, which is one of my treasured possessions. There's a little series called Headbangers Against Disco. And it's like a little, so it's like there's 3 of them. So it starts off with that cover, and then you got this cover, the metalheads jumping out the door and jumping the disco dudes, and the last one, that's the disco dudes have been crushed. But yeah, this is a really cool little picture series. Bit of fun, you know what I mean? Obviously, you're not going to blink in. We're not really going to kill people into disco. It's just a laugh. But it's got some cool thrashing bands on it. This first one, Sabbath from Japan, Baby Disco is Fuck, Gehenna, I think they were a Swedish thrash band, Inferno, I think they were Swedish as well, Bestial Warlust, were they the New Zealanders or Australians? I'm not too sure. Right, then we got, see on the back it says Death to Dancing Men on the back of this one. This one says Burn Down Your Local Disco. It's got Usurper, Unpure and Niflheim. Then this one, Denim and Leather, Say What's Better. Terror Squad, I think this is the first time I heard Terror Squad. Really love Terror Squad. Japanese thrash band, really fast and frenetic stuff. They are awesome. Check those guys out. You know, if you were looking for a recommendation of a good band to check out, Terror Squad from Japan, can't go wrong with them guys. Right, Cyanide, Iron Rainbow, and a band called Loud Pipe. So that's the 3 Headbangers Against Disco. As I say, I've got a T-shirt with that picture on it. Really cool. I bought the whole lot together. I actually saw a few back when I was doing tape trade and that. You'd get flyers in your mail, and I saw it on a flyer. I thought, yeah, that looks really cool. I'm going to buy that. Right, Cremate, Enchanting Black Recess on Dark Side Records from Greece. I'm assuming they're a Greek band. Looking, I'm guessing doom death, but maybe just death metal. I'm not sure. Right, Suicidal Tendencies, Send Me Your Money. Warning, this single contains language which may offend. It's a cool single as well, of one of the really good albums of Suicidal Tendencies. Actually, up to this album, everything was awesome. And after this album, they went downhill as far as I'm concerned. But I think that's more to do with my taste changing as well. I was getting more into death metal. So I think that's got as much to do with it as them, you know, toning down. Right, bit of Halloween here. Bit of Halloween, Dr. Steen. First gig I went to was Monsters of Rock 1988, 30 years ago. Iron Maiden headlined, and Halloween were the first band on the bill. So because I knew I was going to that gig, I discovered bands like Guns N' Roses. I didn't know them at the time. I bought their album because they were playing at Monsters of Rock. Same with Megadeth. I bought their albums because I knew they were playing at Monsters of Rock. Of course, I favoured Megadeth over Guns N' Roses. Halloween, I never bought any more stuff by them, only this single and the album that they had at the time, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. Oh, that's annoying. Single's just fallen over, it's got stuck in the bloody... There we go, I got it out now. Alright, Metallica 1. That was a decent track off of that Black album. The rest of them were pretty boring. But to be honest, I always thought Metallica were overrated. I never bought any of their vinyls back in the day. Someone did a tape trade for their first album. It was alright. You heard it in every single bloody venue you went in. I was sick and tired of listening to Metallica. I didn't even own their stuff, and I knew every bloody song of theirs because you heard it in every venue. Every time you go out in between bands, they'd play it. You go to a bloody rock night, they'd play it. So yeah, you bloody knew it already if you wanted to or not, basically. yeah, so I ended up buying the CDs eventually when I saw them going like cheap. Like they went to a real cheap kind of throwaway price. I thought, yeah, I'll have them for that, but only up to the Black Album, not including the Black Album. Right, Impaled Nazarene. I think probably my favourite black metal band, Impaled Nazarene. Finnish black metal, bit of humour, bit tongue in cheek. As you can see here, they're all crowded around a pram. That was going on inside the pram. Maybe it's Satan or something, Satan's child, the Antichrist. Satanic Masso Whore is the name of this track. I get the feeling it's really, really short. Is this the one that's like 1 second long or something? Nah, it's pretty short anyway. Then the back you've got Con Through Life, the Diabolic Penis Mix. Industrial cyberpunk sado metal. Right, Hatred, they were kind of like a hardcore band. They were on the UK scene around about the time I was playing gigs. I think they sent me that for a review. Iron Maiden, Stranger in a Strange Land. Iron Maiden, Can I Play With Madness? Got a little Megadeth picture disc here. Special limited edition 7-inch exclusive Dave Mustaine picture disc, featuring previously unavailable live track In My Darkest Hour. Right, Judas Priest, Johnny Be Good. That came out. I actually worked in a record shop for 2 weeks, and that was one of the ones that I bought when I was at that record shop. Bloody single's fallen over again. It's got stuck. Annoyingly, oh, that's better. Right, Iron Maiden again, The Clairvoyant. It's got some blue tack on it where it was stuck on from the wall. It's like a fold-out poster. Right, same with the Dr. Steen one. That's a fold-out poster as well. Right, this one. My girlfriend at the time she knew that Dave Mustaine was going to be, I think it was on TV or something like that. He was doing something, and she managed to get it signed for me. Anthrax, I'm the Man, shit single, and that's it. I'm off because someone's at the door. See you later. Next week I'll be, actually I'll talk to you as I go and answer the door. Next week my mate's coming over. My mate Elric's going to come over, and I'm going to be doing his vinyl because I've run out of vinyl to talk about. So yeah, tune in next Monday. I'll be talking to my mate Elric and going through his vinyl. Cheers for that. Bye.